Alright. You laughing, Charles. I'm for real. I told you that, hey, man, you gotta go to the designated cashier down there. That's the one I'm designating. Well, I didn't see her name on the list as designated cashier. Yeah, so I just put it on there, like, in my head a couple of seconds ago. Bro, cause man, like, I'm gonna have, like I tell Jay all the time, man. I'm gonna have fun wherever I'm at. We gonna have fun. We gonna get stuff done. I was upset I had to do 2 write-ups today and yesterday. Man, they just fucked up on some money. You can't fuck up my money now. And then I'm involved because I was doing refunds. So you definitely finna get rolled up because I'm doing refunds for this shit. Nah, nah. So this what happened, Charles. I'm gonna set the scene for you. I come walking up to the front end. One of my ops managers, she having a little pissy day because she been in these training classes all day, so that she's pissed off because it done threw off her old, like flow of what she normally do. And she annoyed by the class from the teaching, the way they were teaching us and shit. So then the new cashier be bothering the fuck out of her because after she call you for like 3 or 4 transactions, you annoyed at that point, really, or she's annoyed at that point. So the girl called for somebody, and Sam, which is my ops manager, said go help Morgan, which is the cashier. So I go over there. I said, what's going on? And it's an elderly lady. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do a 10% discount for all elderly partners that are over, I think 65. I think is what it is. That they get a 10% discount for like being a senior citizen. But they have to ask for it. Back in the day, we would just make judgment on if they looked old enough or not, or if they looked close to the age. Now they have to ask for it, and if we ask for ID, they would have to, present ID saying that they're above the age and shit. Anyways, so the main point of what I'm telling you is they have to ask for it, Charles, or they do not receive it. So she didn't ask for it, and my cashier cashed her out. And the lady paid cash. Remember that too. She paid cash. So they get me. I come up there. I grab the receipt. I go in the office. I do the math on it. I come back. I forgot the code I needed to use for missed senior discount. So I just refunded it as $5.59. Because that's what it was $5.59. Because her transaction was only like $55. So like $5.59 is what she got back. So I refunded her $5.59. And my cashier, she could tell I was annoyed a little bit, but I was annoyed with the whole day, really, not her. And I was like, me being me, I turned my professional back on. I was like, hey, it's okay. Did she ask for the discount? She said no. I said, okay, so it's not your fault then. I said, ma'am, you have to ask for the discount, or we're not going to put it on there. It's just that simple. Well, I don't care what they always do, man. Don't start yelling at me. I don't care what they always do. This is what they're supposed to do. In every banner in our company, from Oklahoma to Shreveport to Texas to Monroe, Super One, Brookshires, and Spring Markets are supposed to only put it on there when you ask for it, ma'am. And then she caught an attitude with me, and yeah, and she was like, well, maybe I would have asked for it if they would have been paying attention to me instead of talking amongst themselves. So now you're playing games, because now I was like, okay, man, none of that was an issue until I told you where you failed at. But I will address that. I'm sorry for the poor customer service that you received from them. Here's your money. Have a wonderful day. And she just walked off and didn't say nothing to me, because I'm not going to play that. I didn't play that when I was in Shreveport. I'm not going to play that when I'm out here. So I'll be quick to tell a customer, like, hey, this is where you messed up at, because you're going to be even quicker to tell me where something's wrong at. You know what I'm saying? Kinda, yes, because the next situation that happened after that was the next situation that happened after that, boy, I don't know how I just shit on him like that. You almost got that, boy. But what's it called? The way what happened after that was they rang 2 customers' groceries up together. So the young girl who just messed up with that transaction, right, was involved in the next transaction. She was the main cashier, but she can't sell tobacco and alcohol to anybody. Even though she has a LACT that's supposed to make it where she can sell. Shoot that boy, Charles. He ran. Get that point. Even though she's supposed to be able to because she has a LACT, there was a alcohol tobacco officer that came by my store and fined me twice and said that my people have to be under direct supervision, which basically means I have to have somebody on the front. Well, I'm a small volume, I'm a small store. I'm like a Dollar General, bro. I can't afford to have somebody sitting on the fucking front just to watch cigarette and alcohol transactions. You know what I'm saying? At that point, if the person's got to sit on the front to watch them, they might as well just fucking ring them up. So I've told all my cashiers, I've trained all of them, that what we're going to do is they're going to have to call for a manager, right? They're going to have to call for a manager, or they're going to have to call for somebody that's over 18 that has an LECT. That way they can just finish the transaction. And we're supposed to finish the transaction out for the person. So now that I set the scene, they have to call for a manager, and somebody over 18 has to cash out tobacco and alcohol. So the girl's on the front, and she finishes checking out this lady. This lady has about $130 worth of groceries. Lady wants some tobacco. So she calls Ladarius over there, who's above 18. He's my truck guy. Calls him over there and asks him to do the tobacco. Ladarius goes over there, puts in, IDs the lady, puts in the lady's ID, which is what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to do that. That's what he did. That's what he's supposed to do. Well, he forgot to finish out the transaction. Since he didn't finish out the transaction was still up. You know what I'm saying? Our registers allow people to put their cards in, and the cards will keep processing while we finish ringing up their groceries, and they'll just sit there for us to, you know, select custom tender and shit like that. So this lady's card is just sitting there waiting to be processed. Ladarius, instead of finishing out the transaction like he's supposed to, he walked away, which means the minor finished out the transaction. But instead of her actually, yeah, because she had to do the total after. But not only did she cash out the transaction, she just started ringing the next customer's groceries. So now there's 2 transactions combined. So not only did she actually cash out, you see what I'm saying? Not only did she cash out tobacco, she put 2 transactions together. Well, when she put these 2 transactions together, me not being involved in any of the transactions or anything that's going on, right? I walk up and the customer who received the receipt, he thinks he's been charged for 2 people's groceries. When in reality, he hasn't been charged at all, Charles. I don't know that because I didn't. This is where I failed at as a manager. I did not follow the rules. And, verify that the card number on the receipt matched the card number that he think was charged. See what I'm saying? Because there's a 4-digit card number on every receipt if they pay with card that will match that card. And it'll tell you if it's a credit, debit, Visa, whatever. So, I fucked up and didn't verify it. And I refunded this man after I finally found out what I figured out I thought was his refund. I refunded him like $120, $130. So I refunded somebody that didn't pay anything $130. So that's a loss of money right there technically, right? Of $130 that I'm involved in. No, they paid. Yes. So by the time I get done with everything and get everything figured out, right, Charles? Listen to this. This is where it gets wild. The first lady comes in and realizes that she paid for everything. She's like, hey, I just came through here, and I had already watched the cameras to see what happened. So when I saw her and her son, I was like, damn, this is that lady. So I already knew what time it was. I was like, oh, this lady's back for her money. Well, I didn't know she was back for her money. I thought she was back to say, hey, I walked out and I didn't get a receipt. I don't think I paid for my groceries. When she showed me her phone, she paid with her husband's Apple Pay. She got charged $259. So I refunded the other guy, and I was like, damn, I refunded the wrong person. And I'm like, now I have to refund this lady because she's really the one that got mischarged. So I said, there's about $100 some worth of groceries that's still not paid for in my eyes. Well, as I'm about to refund her money, the other guy walks up to put his buggy back. Being a good Samaritan, he took his groceries out there. We don't do carry-out service at Spring Markets because obviously, like I said, we're like a Dollar General. So he brings his buggy back after putting his groceries up. I'm like, man, this is great. So I stop him. I'm like, hey, man, can you come here for a second? Do you have your receipt? And do you have the credit card that you think you were charged on? You know what I'm saying? So me being a good man as I am, he gets the receipt. And really my people say I'm a smooth talker most of the time. He gets the receipt for me. He gets the card that he think was charged on, and he brings it back to me. Yeah, the actual card and the receipt that he thinks was charged. I look at it, I'm like, sir, he's looking at it with me. He's like, this is a MasterCard. This shit says it was paid with a Visa credit card. He said, so this isn't my card, and he said the numbers don't match. I said, yes, sir, you're correct. They don't match. You were not charged. I'm sorry. I said, so, sir, I will have to refund you. I said, this lady behind you is the lady that was charged for everything. And him being the good Samaritan he is, he's like, well, I don't want nothing for free, you know, especially not that amount. So, yeah, go ahead and charge me. So he pulls out a different card and lets me charge him $120. So remind you, I refunded him $140, Charles. Refunded him $145. Yeah, I only get to charge him $120 now. So do you see what I'm saying there? That's $20. I lost that because I've already refunded him. I can't take back the $136 I refunded him. I can't take that back. I've already refunded him that. I can't recharge him that because that's not the groceries he's got. He'd be paying for some of her groceries. So I had to refund him $120. When I refunded him $120, I had to refund her $136. So all in about, and this is just me kind of thinking about it and trying to keep up the numbers in my head a lot. It seems like I lost about $30 in the transaction, which don't seem like a lot. It's not a lot, but it's the principle of it. Like, you gotta watch what the fuck y'all doing. Yeah, and then we're a small store, so $30 adds up pretty quick for us. Like, we do cash deposits every day, right? Our cash deposits are anywhere from $1,500 to $900 to, you know, they're not high numbers. Like, I've been at Brookshire's and my cash deposits has been $15,000. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, $30 can hurt me, especially because it can add up quick. So, yeah, we lost about $30, so I wrote their asses up. I emailed my PNC people, my HR people, and my assistant was like, why are you emailing them? Why don't you just do it? I thought it was at your discretion. I said, it is, but me being a new store director for one, and two, I haven't done any write-ups out here. It'd be best if I get them involved because now the write-up has my name and their name on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just my name. It's not just me like I'm picking on anybody or anything. One, you have to show you with the team, and then also in my store we're small as fuck. Like I said, I have 4 managers that are my assistants, and I have 19 employees in total. If one person calls, if one of my closing managers call in and the other one's asked off, they're not coming in, Charles. Like where Jalen's at, you have 3 assistant managers. They can open or close. You hear me? That's 3 assistants. You have my position. That's the store director. That's 4 managers right there that can technically open or close the store if they had to. You got the boy that he was just talking about on the phone a second ago, DJ. DJ is another manager that